Hey, what's going on? Rakeem, Addison here. And in today's video, what I want to be talking about is, the secrets to ending procrastination, right? Procrastination holds a lot of people back, right? It really holds a person from really getting to the breakthrough that they're really trying to get to, right? So what I'm going to be doing on this live, this video is, giving you 5 secrets to end procrastination today, right? Now it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going to help you out. All right. So first things first. Now, the like I said, it's going to hold people back, right? If they continuously, procrastinate time and time again, it's not helping them out, right? If they want to become successful, they got to put the work in, right? And if they're not putting the work in, it's not gonna benefit them any, right? So if they say they want to make, I guess I'll just use my industry. If they want to make $1,000 in a month, right? How do you do that? And I'll kind of break that down when we go into the steps here. All right. So the first tip that I want to give you is, when it comes to setting your goals, you want to set your goals with a deadline, right? A lot of people just set goals. When the year starts, most people, they'll set a goal, and then when it comes to, when they set that goal, they don't actually set a deadline, right? So most of the time throughout the year, they wrote down all these goals, and they don't know, when should I accomplish this, right? When should I use my time to accomplish this? They don't have that information, right? So they're just kind of just going through the year, and sometimes they don't even accomplish that goal at all, right? They don't even accomplish it because they never set a deadline, right? They didn't put themselves in a position to where they were going to have to break inertia, right? And just go through and accomplish what it is that they want. Right, so I'll get into the tips here, right? So like I said, the first one is set a goal with a deadline, right? With a deadline. All right, so the second thing here is, after you set that goal, you have a deadline, you want to go forth with it, right? You want to go forth. Looks like we got a couple people on here. I didn't see it initially. Hey, how's it going? Looks like we got a couple people. Let's see what we got on here. All right, looks like we got Manuel. Hey, how's it going? Looks like we got Bianca. Hey, how's it going? We got Tracy Nichols. Thanks for watching. Looks like we got D. John on as well. All right, so I'll get into the second tip. When you set that goal now and you set that deadline, you want to break that goal down into pieces. So let's say you have a goal of making $1,000 in a month, right? Now that's a goal for a lot of people, right? Especially in my industry, some people it's $10,000 in a month, but I'll just use a small number in this case, right? So let's say you want to make $1,000 a month. So the first thing that you got to do is to know, what it is that your product. The first thing you want to know is your product, right? And you want to know how much you're going to make when you get a new referral or you sell a product. You want to know how much you're going to be making. Now, once you know that, then you can kind of do the math and say, okay, this is how much it's going to take me, right? Now, in one of my particular businesses, it takes me 13 sales to make $1,000. Sorry about that. To make $1,000 a month, right? So if I take it back to April, right? April, I actually recently just got started in this in the month of April. And before I got started in it, I set an intention, right? I set an intention that I at least wanted to make $1,000 a month in this company in my first month, right? Because I understand marketing, right? So when you first get started in a company, you want to create that story pretty quickly, right? Now, it may not have been a big story, but the fact is now you can leverage your results and, put it out there to other people, which is going to attract people. And then you're going to become the attractor factor, right? So I got in, I set a plan, right? And then I set my intention. I said I wanted to make $1,000 within my first month. Lo and behold, I made $1,000 within my first 2 weeks, right? Now, I didn't know that going into this, But I knew that, you know, I had a plan, I was set. And the good thing about it is, it was April when I started. I pretty much went through the entire April, you know, getting paid, right? And then come May, I was actually already going on vacation to the Dominican Republic, right? And if you've been following me, you kind of saw, you know, I put a couple pictures up, and, you know, just where me and the family was just, you know, enjoying the time. And within that time, I was still profiting while being over in the Dominican Republic, which is pretty powerful, because that shows you that, you know, you can have an online business, and it allows you to leverage so much, right? And this is why I really, you know, stress the fact that, you know, one income is never enough, right? Because if something happens, then you're in trouble. You know what I mean? If something happens, let's say you blow out a tire, or two tires, you know, we don't want that, but, you know, those things happen. You know what I mean? So one of the things that, you know, I really want to stress is you want to break it into pieces. So I understood $1,000 is going to take me 13 referrals in this particular company. So how do I do that, right? I need to know how much leads it's going to take me, right? How many eyes need to see my offer, right? These are things that you have to think about. All right. So that was the second tip. Break it into pieces. All right. So the next thing that you want to do is usually where you visualize what you want, right? Now, besides the money, besides making $1,000 a month, you got to go into this, and you really have to start with your why, right? You have to start with why you want this, right? You have to have like a reason, right? Now, it may be your kids. It may be you want to pay off a bill. It may be you want to purchase this vehicle, right? Depending on how much, you know, you want to make per month, whether it's $10,000 a month or it's $20,000 a month. Keep in mind, all of this is possible, people, right? One thing I noticed when I first got started back in 2014 with this online business, I realized that once I made my first amount of money online, I still remember the date. It was February 19th, 2015 was when I first made my first amount of money online, right? I still remember it. Now, the thing that, you know, kind of took my belief through the roof is when I saw that money hit my bank account, right? Now, keep in mind, I did not, at this particular time, I was out with my family, right? You know, I was just out. And then I came back home, and I'm telling you, I was so excited. Like, I could take it back. I remember like screaming to the top of my lungs, right? When I first saw that $60 hit my bank account, right? That was so powerful to me. And that just, you know, changed my whole perspective, you know, when it came to online business, right? Sorry about that. Hold up just a minute. All right, close that out. All right, so I don't want to get too off topic. I'll go ahead and go into like I said, the third one is to visualize what you want, right? Now, the fourth one is fear, harnessing your fear, right? Most times, you know, when we go throughout the day, we get a lot of negative thoughts, right? We get a lot of thoughts in our mind, and they're not, you know, for the bettering of us, right? And what I notice is a lot of people focus on what they don't want, right? And there's two realities. There's what you don't want, and there's what you want, right? When you focus on what you want, that is what will appear to you. You notice when you focus on stuff that you don't want, you notice things just continuously get worse. If that's happening in you, just drop a 1 in the comments. If it just seems like you wake up, you stub your toe, then something else bad happens. Do you ever just notice that? If you notice that, just go and drop a 1 in the comments, right? And that's something I noticed. When you focus on what you don't want, that is what will appear. So change your thinking, like really master your thinking, and, you know, just focus on personal development constantly, each and every day. You got D-John, he says, it's so true. It really is. Like, when something bad happens, it just keeps happening. So you have to be on the path to personal development and constantly be doing it, because there's like that's the only way that you're going to limit negativity, because that's not what you want in your life. So it's best that you stay away from it. All right, so I'll just recap real quick just so I can kind of remember what I was kind of talking about. So the first tip was to write your goal down and set a deadline, right? The second is to break it into pieces, right? Break it into smaller pieces, smaller chunks, so it'll be more believable for your subconscious mind. Because with the subconscious mind, you'll notice that well, you won't notice, but this is what happens. So let's say you set a goal to make 100K in 90 days, right? If you've never made 100K in 90 days, your subconscious mind is going to basically laugh at that, right? That's just going to be like, yeah, sure, that's going to happen, right? That's what your subconscious mind is going to do. So you have to make it believable, right? You have to break that down, right? So I don't know the numbers too accurate, but if you go, let's say 100,000 in 3 months, right? So if you break that down, I want to say that's 30,000. I want to say that's 30,000 a month, but I may be off, right? I may be off with my numbers or whatever, right? And you can continuously keep breaking that down till you get to the hours, right? Dijon says, thank you again, sir, man. I appreciate you for watching, man. I appreciate anybody hanging out with me or whatever. All right. So, the third tip was, I'm trying to remember it, to visualize what you want, right? Visualize what you want in your life. So that feeling that, you're going to feel, just visualize to that moment when you've created what you really want in your life, right? And think about the feelings you're going to have. Think about, your family celebrating your success. You know what I mean? All right. And then the fourth one, which is what I talked about, is fear, right? Fear is, like I said, people think a lot about what they don't want, right? And that causes fear, because they don't take any action, or if they do take action, they're lackluster, right? There's actually 4 levels of action. And if you think about it, like Grant Cardone, he talks about massive levels of action and normal levels of action. When you start when you get into taking action, you really have to take massive action. Hey, it looks like Tanisha's watching. Hey, Tanisha says, yes. Hey, what's going on, Tanisha? Just on here, just giving some value before I take off again. All right, so like I said, the fourth one was fear, right? And then the last one, this one is important, right? So building a accountability group. Now, why is this important? Some people have a mentor like I do, right? I have a millionaire mentor. And then some people just have a group of people that keep them motivated. Like somebody in a brick and mortar business or something like that. They have that crew around them, right? So what you want to do is you want to get with some people that's going to keep you motivated, right? You want to get around people that, obviously, I'm just be honest with you, is people that make more money than you, right? You know the saying, you're the average of the 5 people that you're around the most, right? And that's so true, right? If you're hanging around millionaires, or if you're going to events where, you're connecting with different people, right? You're going to be on a different level, right? Obviously to them, right? They're already making more money than you, but now you're surrounding yourself with them, right? It's a whole lot better than just surrounding yourself around, your friends that, they don't really have too much of a life. Now, I'm not saying, just desert your friends, but you got to be smart, right? You don't want to take too much time and just be, just wasting your life. You know what I mean? You want to get around the people that are, going to help you propel yourself to success, right? So that was, my 5 tips on, looks like we got Terrell Davis watching as well. Hey, good to see you on here. And, that was just my 5 tips on, ending procrastination, because I'll tell you, like, from experience, like, I get into these times, sometimes I get into these in these ways where I'll literally be like, man, I don't know if I really want to do this, right? Like, literally right now, like, I've definitely changed my schedule. I literally wake up at 4 o'clock every single morning, right? I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up that early before I have to go to workouts or whatever, since I'm in the military. But I get up a whole hour and a half early because I realize I'm trying to build my business, right? I'm trying to get to where I want to be in my life, right? I wrote down my goals, right? I've learned what it is that I want, right? I was just watching the video, and one of my mentors, she was actually just in the comments, Tanisha, and you know what she said is just, you got to know what you want, right? You got to understand that if you want something, no one can say is gonna, you know, nothing should be throwing you off your game, right? Nothing at all. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, get off this live because I got to roll out here. I hope you got value. And if you did, just go ahead and smash the like button. Drop me some comments, you know, drop me some hearts. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and log off this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.